out and we've done some stuff in the other episode. Didn't say welcome back, should have said that first. Welcome back, everyone. So we are now, after that was relatively successful, we've got a little issue with the, it's not really an issue, with the fuel pump. We were just using the regulator on the pump. We're going to have to put another regulator on it to get it down to keep it between 5 and 7 PSI for the carb. That's not a problem. So the job now is to strip the mother down. We're going to do that. Winston and Hot Rod are here and bullying me into taking it straight apart, because otherwise I will never do it. So that's what we're going to do. Put a time lapse on, take it all to pieces, finish all the welding, and start the paint prep.
How do you feel, Charles?
Alright then, that was quite a productive night. So, as you saw from the time lapse, she's pretty much stripped down. It took like 3.5 hours to strip the whole thing down. We still got the last bit of loom to take out, but Rick and Bobby's going to do that. Come and have a look, Stan. I'll quickly run you through some of the stuff. All of this bit and the bulkhead, this was all how it was when I got it. Now the whole point in doing this car, as it is the old bracketeer, now I'm going to put in some pictures of it there, was to try and keep as much as I could as possible, even if it is a little bit shit and horrible. So that's the whole point, to save the car. You know, anyone could just build one from scratch and then just paint it up the same. I want to keep as much as possible. So all of this horribleness is some of the original bits that I got. I know it wasn't obviously original when the bracketeer was first built, but it's still what I got when I bought the car. The main cage, the 6-point and door bars were already in. Again, not the nicest in the world. It would have been nice to redo it, but we've tidied it up with Huxley at Huxley Motorsport, and we also added in the funny car cage and triangulated all of the back here and put that in, and the anti-roll bar, and we put this bar in here for a bit of future proofing. So this is on a ladder bar on the Downer 60 back there. So one day we may end up, depending how the car goes, put it onto a 4-link and possibly a 9-inch. But again, I wanted to keep the Downer in there, and I wanted to keep the ladder bar because that is what it had. So that was the whole point in the car. So that's why I've left it. So yeah, we put that bar in there for if we ever put mounts for a 4-link in.
So the original 6-point was this B pillar one?
Yeah, your main hoop, down to the rear, down to the A pillars, and the door bars were in there. It had a funny car cage, but it was terrible back from whenever. But yeah, we made it so it should be up to spec to hopefully tag to a 750. We put some extra crossbars in. It's still got bits in the middle here, like crossbars, when it had a turbo 400 gearbox and things, and we put our own in. I've left them all in there because they're not doing any harm. We're not building a super duper lightweight race car. You know, if you wanted to do that, you would build it from scratch. So I don't know if you've seen the axle before down there, the Dana. It's all dusty now. It's been all painted and stripped and checked through by Zane. That's basically just wants it clean and ready to go back in. What have we done? We've obviously put all the tags in for the windows where we've gone to perspex. The outside of the shell, we're going to paint strip, hot air gun and paint strip, and then the rest of it will get blasted and hopefully powder coated if we end up going that route, which I think we're going to. So let's move forward to what we've taken out. That you can see now. Obviously we've got the Jeff Ball 555, which you've seen already, and the Dead and Bear 2-speed. Yeah, that's all pretty self-explanatory. There's not really a lot to say about that. All the gears work, and it was lovely. Let's have a look at some other stuff that's come out. So we have the engine rad is from Cirque Motorsport. So Graham sorted us out with that, and the trans cooler is a PWR cooler. Jazz fuel cell. Got the Barry Grant 400. That was a regulator that we done it on. Remember when I said we've regulated off of that, but we're going to have to put an additional regulator on the up on the bulkhead area to get it down to stay it between sort of 5 and 7 psi. So that's something we've got to do when we build it back up. Pro Bandit shifter, tillet, pedal box and pedals. Varley battery, the biggest one they got. Obviously with the big motor, high compression, we went for the big battery so that we're never going to be stuck in the pits with no voltage. Dave Mack prop shafts, so if you need prop shafts, that's who you want to go to. All the windows were from Plastics for Performance, so we've got the toughened front one, and then all the sides are all in the sort of graphite tint, grey tint. All the carbon and fiberglass dash, doors, boot were all made by our good friend Dale, who's sadly no longer with us, so that's quite cool that we managed to get some of those from him. What else do we have here, Stan? We've got
your net.
Yeah,
nice.
net and chute, Stroud net and chute, and a few other bits supplied by Andy Robinson Race Cars. So Luke and Andy there sorted us out with those.
That net was custom made, wasn't it?
Yeah, we basically measured the net and sent them all the templates, and they made that for the car, which was mint. The carbon seats, Tillet seats that we've had and branded with our own thing, and Tillet seat rails, they're quite cool. I've still got the steering wheel. I should have put a nice steering wheel on it, but it come with the car. And like I said, I'm trying to keep as much as I can, just for the... I don't know why, actually. Yeah. Nice Boss made by my mate Rich. Made that, you can see and see that up. It's nice. And then everything else I think you've seen there. The headers that we've made, window trims, dash, obviously Dale made. And then just here we have all the tin work that I made over the years for the rear tubs and all the rear wing wangs and fuel cell, and that's the rear bulkhead. That's probably the coolest bit with the Camaro swaged in there. So the back of the car in there, someone had already got to it and just cut it all out with a grinder. It was a right mess. So I've had to try and tidy it up and make the best of a bad situation on that. I think it's like 1999, 2000 was the last time the car actually raced. So it's been through a few hands, it got a bit fucked up. So it's been grief trying to save it and bring it back. Like I say, I would have liked to have made it as a space frame with the body that come off, but that wasn't the point in the project. The whole point was to try and bring back an old race car and bring back a few memories for people when we get to the racetrack. So that is, oh, wheelie bars. We've got the Bear wheelie bars. Pretty cool. Yeah. That's basically it. So I've got some welding to do, loads of little brackets, ticking up, cleaning up, a few stinky bits where they've gone round the cage here before. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to tidy that up because that's a bit horrible. Like, so we'll tidy as much as we can up, but keep it what it is. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Keep watching. Okay, now we've got the Camaro stripped down. Adi has just started the removal of the paint on the exterior panels. There he is, look. Hello. Loving it. So yeah, we'll take the paint off of the exterior panels so when they blast it, they don't have to blast the outside, because if you blast all of this, it'll end up being all warped and horrible. So they'll just blast like the shuts and the strong, sturdy bits. So yeah. Taken off that paint from however long it's been on there, probably 40 plus years. So we're just using the hot air gun and a scraper. It's the safest and easiest way to take it off.
we'll go through there and then we'll flick over this with the DA just to clean it up. The last few sort of bits back to the bare metal. Right, update on the Camaro. It's on its side. All the exterior has been stripped back, so we paint stripped that with the hot air gun, like you saw Adi doing, and then DA'd the outer body, and then we've basically been going around and doing all the last welds, brackets and bits and pieces that needed doing, parachute mount and loads of other little bits, boring bits, and then I've gone through the underside and just finished all the welding, all some around here. Some of these tubes needed to be finished off welding and cleaning up some of the worst bits. So this is as far as I'm pretty much going to clean it, because it's going to get sandblasted and it will take all the surface rust areas off. So that is pretty much it. I'm going to tip it back down in a second, and I've just got to lead fill. It's obviously got this original factory join, which is lead filled, but where it had the new wing, which was black, as you saw before, put on, it was just welded on along there and then body filled. So I'm going to lead fill that when it's back, and that is pretty much it. We'll then load it in the trailer. I've got to go get the trailer. Hot Rod's got a 34 in the trailer, so I'll take that out, and then we'll load this up, and then we'll go up to Huxley's on Saturday and switch this over for another car, which we've got at Huxley's, which has just had a chrome molly roll cage fitted. So yeah, I'll update you once I've got the trailer, and we are loading up. All right, the trailer is here now. Hot Rod has dropped off his 34 over here, which we are going to be putting an engine in over the next couple days, because that was in the trailer. And the Camaro, I've given it a quick acid off over the shell, so we're going to load it up, and then we'll get up to Huxley's early in the morning, so we will see you there. All right, we are now at Huxley Motorsport. There's the workshop, there's Huxley, and we're about to get the Camaro out, but we've also just picked up Hot Rod's 100E, which has just had a full chrome molly cage fitted by Huxley. Nice stuff. So yeah, we'll get the car out. If I take you around the side here, my old mate Hot Rod, who I'm holding fully responsible for this, is already smashed the side of my car in on his tyre rack, because he's terrible at strapping cars in, aren't you, Raymond?
It can't be any simple. It's never simple.
It's never, is it?
No.
He's got to ruin everything. So yeah, we'll get it out now and have a look at the damage.
It's all his fault.
Right, that's the Camaro now in the workshop. We just boshed these dents out a little bit that Hot Rod put in. So next time we see the car, hopefully it'll all be satin black and not looking terrible, which will probably be in a couple of weeks. So we'll continue some filming then. Yes, as you can see, quite obvious, the Camaro, it's back and it's satin black. Stan didn't film any of it being delivered back to the workshop or unloaded, because it's Stan and he's useless.
It got a bit busy.
It was busy at the time. But, unfortunately, this is going to be the end of this episode. I'm not sure how long it is yet, because we have some other business that we need to do over the next few weeks. So unfortunately, the plan is to crack on with the Camaro, but we're going to have to shelve it for a little bit. Ooh, that's sad. But we're going to put the front end back on, put the panels back on, so it is ready. So as soon as we come back from this other business, which we're doing, which I will tell you about at a later date, we can crack straight on with the external paint prep and getting that all done. I'm sorry this episode hasn't been as funny as the first one because there's no burnouts. It's basically just telling you what we've been doing and stuff and what we're going to be doing. But there is a silver lining to us shelving this for a minute, because now this is on the ramp, the E-Type is now back off of the ramp, and I know a few of you may have wanted to know some updates and what is going on with it. Basically, it's been on the ramp, work's been crazy, Bobby's been doing Bobby stuff, so we've dragged it back down now, and hopefully over the next few weeks he'll start ordering sensors and building the looms. That's basically what we're waiting for. Once the loom's built and fuel lines, we'll strip it back down and put some red on it. So that's a little update on that. So there will still be content coming. Other than that, yeah, we've got some other stuff we need to go and do. We're really happy with this powder coating that's been done by Black Pole Powder Coaters. I think I said that right. Have a little zoom around and have a look at it, Stan. And there's a couple bits, like I said before, I will end up wet painting the dash where someone's already been here and gone all a bit Frankenstein on the dash. So I'll smooth that out, wet paint that. But yeah, all underneath is done. All the roof, all the cage. So it saved us a lot of time in paint prep. So we're well happy with that. So that is where we are. Thanks for watching. We'll get another video up when we're back and we're actually doing the paint prep. But make sure you like and subscribe to the channel because there's all sorts of other stuff going on as well. So cheers, guys. There's only one thing left to do as I'm going to be away for a bit, and that's was that with Thatcher, I suppose.